What's going on everyone and welcome to the channel. My name's Jack and I'm a chef by trade, and my whole purpose for this channel is to give you 100% confidence in the kitchen as well as teach you absolutely everything I know. So in this one we're going to be creating the most fantastic creamy garlic chicken. It's so easy to make and tastes seriously so good. Please sit back, relax and enjoy. Alright guys, let's start this off with two free-range chicken breasts that weigh 350 grams each, and the first thing we're going to do is butterfly each breast. To do this, very carefully place a sharp knife onto the side of the breast and carefully slice through, stopping just before you reach the opposite side to be able to open it up like a butterfly. Once you have that done, we can then slice through the center cut to create two nice even-sized fillets or fillets, whichever way you want to say it. Once that's done, you'll then have 4 even-sized breast fillets or fillets to which we can slap into a large mixing bowl and add in 2 tablespoons or 15 grams of plain all-purpose flour, which is going to coat our breasts and allow them to crisp. To this, add in 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of onion powder for added flavour, 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of garlic powder for more added flavour. Then grab yourself some fresh Parmesan cheese and grate or microplane in 3 tablespoons or 15 grams worth, which is going to give our chicken a deliciously sharp and complex nutty flavour, as well as helping achieve an amazing crust. Then for seasoning, add in 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of sea salt flakes, as well as 1 teaspoon or 10 cracks of black pepper. Now using your hands, a spoon or some tongs, mix the chicken into the flour and Parmesan mix just until it's nice and coated all over, and once that's done, just pop it aside. For the next ingredient, we're going to need 1 small to medium sized brown or yellow onion, and all we want to do is slice off the end opposite the root and slice it in half through the root. We can then peel off the skin, and all of you awesome subscribers will know this, but we can then save the scraps for a stock. The next step is to make thin slices, stopping just before the root, which will hold the onion together. Then slice the onion in half, again stopping just before the root, and we can then slice through those cuts to finally dice our onion. Also make sure to trim off any excess flesh from around the root to avoid any wastage, and we can also save the roots for a stock. Next, grab yourself 6 cloves of freshly peeled garlic, to which we're going to run across a fine microplane or grater to create a nice fine paste. Then to finish off the prep, here is 10 sprigs or 5 grams of fresh savoury thyme, and all we want to do here is give it a good old rough chop, which doesn't have to be perfect, but just make sure there's no large woody stems. Now to cook this, place a large heavy base pot or pan onto your stovetop over a medium to high heat, and once hot, add in 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of olive oil, as well as 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of unsalted butter. Allow the butter to melt, and once melted, add in the chicken. And depending on the size of your pot or pan, you may have to do this in batches, as we don't want the chicken overlapping at all, as it won't cook properly. Anyway, once the chicken is in the pot or pan, we want to then sear it for 3 to 4 minutes, just until it's golden brown and has a nice crispy crunch on it. After 3 minutes and your chicken is nice and golden brown, we want to then flip them over and repeat the process, searing them for another 3 to 4 minutes on the opposite side. Once you have that done, we can then remove the chicken from the pot or pan and place it onto a plate to rest. And if you're doing this in batches, wipe the pot or pan out with some kitchen cloth and start again with 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of olive oil, as well as 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of unsalted butter. Now we want to turn the pot down to a medium heat, pour in 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of olive oil, and chuck in those diced onions. Give the onions a good mix through to pick up the left behind flavour from the chicken, and saute them off for 3 minutes, stirring them regularly, just until they start to soften and become translucent. After 3 minutes and the onions have softened, we can then add in the garlic paste as well as the chopped thyme. Continue sauteing this off for 15 to 20 seconds just to release those flavours, mixing it around the whole time just so that the garlic doesn't burn. And I don't know if you've ever had burnt garlic before, but it's definitely strong enough to ruin this whole dish. Once that's done, we can then pour in half a cup or 120 milliliters of white wine, vegetable or chicken stock to deglaze the pot or pan, pulling all of those delicious flavours up. Give that a good mix through to get those flavours moving around, and allow this to reduce down by 75%, which will take roughly 1 minute. Once the wine or stock has been reduced, we can then pour in 400 milliliters or 14 fluid ounces of thickened cream, which we can then give a really good mix through and bring to a simmer. Now that this is at a simmer, whip out your Parmesan again and grate or microplane in half a cup or 45 grams worth. This will create the most amazing rich and sharp flavour, as well as thicken our sauce. To this, add in 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of sea salt flakes, as well as 1 teaspoon or 10 cracks of black pepper. We can then mix all of that through for those flavours to become friends and for the Parmesan to melt, and stirring it regularly, allow this to simmer away for 2 minutes to reduce and slightly thicken. After 2 minutes and the sauce is reduced, we can then add our delicious chicken breasts back into the sauce. Make sure to pour in any of those juices that may be left on the plate for additional flavour. And then what we want to do is flip our chicken over every 30 seconds for 2 minutes to get that sauce completely coating and seeping into the chicken. This final 2 minutes will also reduce and thicken our sauce to the perfect consistency as well as reaching maximum flavour. So then after that final 2 minutes, we can then turn this off the heat, and what you should have is some beautiful looking chicken that's oozing in sauce and asking to be eaten. We can then carefully remove the pot or pan from the stovetop and gently place our chicken fillets or fillets into a bowl, drizzle over that deliciously rich and creamy garlic sauce, hit it with some freshly cracked black pepper for additional flavour, sprinkle over some freshly chopped flat leaf parsley for contrast, which is optional, grate or microplane over some more Parmesan cheese, and then, for the moment we've all been waiting for, we can then slice through that perfectly cooked and juicy chicken, and we can then dig in. All I can say is that the flavour on that is absolutely incredible. It's rich and garlicky with the chicken being really well seasoned and really juicy, and the flavour of that Parmesan through the sauce and on the chicken just adds the most amazing sharp, fruity and nutty flavour. To store this, we can place this in the fridge for up to 3 days in an airtight container, or we can chuck this in the freezer for up to 3 months, but I don't recommend freezing it as it can get a bit watery. To reheat this dish, we can chuck it back in a pot or pan over a medium heat and heat it up just until the chicken's nice and hot, or we can chuck it in a microwave for roughly 2 minutes, but either way you do it, just make sure that you stir it regularly just so the cream doesn't split. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I was able to teach you something. If you did, be sure to smash that like button and consider subscribing to see hundreds of more fantastic recipes. Thanks for watching everyone, stay safe and enjoy.